Some interesting commentary this week around the future of the monarchy and what it might look like under William. Some of the commentators have called it worrying.
Yeah.
What's actually the issue here, and why would they be worried about it?
It's about finding your own way at the right time, and if you're not careful, duty can sort of weigh you down an awful lot at a very early age, and I think you've got to develop into the duty role.
Prince William just exposed a family tragedy so shocking it could change the royal family forever. His emotional confession about Princess Diana's death and the cracks it left behind has stunned everyone. For years, William carried this pain in silence, but now he's opening up about the devastating truth behind closed palace doors. The pressure to keep up appearances while grieving shaped his entire life, creating wounds that still linger today. Tune in as we uncover the hidden struggles William faced and the jaw-dropping family secrets that are only now coming to light, the pain that shaped a future king. At the center of this emotional revelation was the lasting impact of Princess Diana's death. William's mother passed away in 1997, a loss that shocked the world and left her family reeling. While the public has long mourned her loss, William's recent reflections revealed a side of the story few knew about. He spoke about the emotional weight he carried as a young boy, pressured to maintain composure even as cameras followed his every move. Losing his mother so suddenly created a pain that he described as unlike anything else, a grief so profound that it shaped his understanding of family and responsibility. Before we delve into this, it's clear that what Prince William shared goes far deeper than anyone could have imagined, and it's not the only revelation that will leave you stunned. This loss didn't just affect the prince, it rippled through the royal family, altering dynamics in ways the public rarely sees. He revealed how his father, now King Charles III, struggled to balance the roles of monarch-in-waiting and single parent. For years, Charles tried to shield his sons from the relentless public eye while also supporting them emotionally. Despite his efforts, there was often a gap in communication, a divide that took years to mend. The pressure of royal duties and the heartbreak of losing Diana created challenges that left deep scars on their relationships. One of the most heart-wrenching aspects of the prince's revelation was how Diana's death impacted his younger brother Harry. While both brothers shared a profound sense of loss, their ways of coping were vastly different. He explained that Harry often felt misunderstood within the family, which only deepened the tensions that later came to light. These emotional struggles weren't just personal, they were tied to the royal family's culture of prioritizing duty over emotional well-being. The generational trauma he spoke about highlighted how these long-standing traditions often left members of the family grappling with their feelings alone. His openness didn't stop there. He also reflected on another lesser-known tragedy, the death of his grandmother's sister, Princess Margaret, in 2002. While Margaret's passing didn't receive the same attention as other royal events, it profoundly affected Queen Elizabeth II. The prince shared how the Queen's grief over her sister's death taught him important lessons about resilience and the value of family support during difficult times. This private mourning contrasted sharply with the stoic public image the monarchy often portrays, reminding him of the importance of emotional honesty. As a father, the prince has taken these lessons to heart. He's determined to give his children a different experience, one that prioritizes their emotional well-being. Together with Kate Middleton, he's worked hard to create a sense of normalcy for Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. Despite the pressures of their royal roles, they strive to protect their children from the intense scrutiny he faced growing up. By encouraging open communication and emphasizing mental health, they're breaking the cycle of emotional suppression that has defined the royal family for generations. His reflections also included a tribute to the partnership between his grandparents, Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip. While their bond provided stability during turbulent times, he acknowledged that their traditional approach to duty often came at the expense of personal connections within the family. This balancing act between public responsibilities and private relationships has been a recurring challenge for the monarchy. However, his willingness to address these issues openly signals a shift towards a more modern and compassionate royal family. In addition to sharing his personal experiences, the prince has become a vocal advocate for mental health. Through initiatives like Heads Together, he's worked to normalize conversations about mental well-being, not just within the royal family, but across society. His speeches on the topic resonate with many, offering hope that even the deepest tragedies can lead to meaningful change. By sharing his own struggles, he has shown that vulnerability is not a weakness but a strength, a way to connect with others and foster understanding. Perhaps one of the most surprising aspects of his revelations was his acknowledgement of the immense pressure he's faced since birth. From the moment he was introduced to the world outside St. Mary's Hospital in 1982, his life has been under constant scrutiny. Every decision, every word, every action has been analyzed and critiqued. This unrelenting attention shaped his character, but also created an inner conflict as he navigated the expectations of his public role while trying to maintain a sense of self. The weight of these responsibilities has been a defining feature of his life, one that he continues to manage with grace and determination. Next, we look closer at the struggles William faced with his family and how these challenges made him stronger, standing strong in the royal spotlight. The royal family has always had an air of untouchable perfection, but recent revelations have cracked that image wide open. The prince has peeled back the layers, revealing that even a life wrapped in privilege comes with its own struggles. His candid reflections on mental health and family dynamics have struck a chord with many, proving that emotional pain doesn't discriminate by status or wealth. These insights have sparked a shift in how the monarchy is perceived, showing they are more than just symbols of tradition. They are people navigating their own emotional battles. What stands out is the way the prince is reshaping the royal family's narrative. He's moving away from stiff formality and outdated customs, leaning into openness and emotional authenticity. This isn't just about airing grievances. It's about redefining what the monarchy represents. By prioritizing connections and well-being over rigid expectations, he's setting a precedent for a more modern and relatable royal image. It's a bold step, and one that's forcing many to rethink the legacy of an institution that's often felt stuck in the past. Then there's the added layer of his wife Kate's experiences. The pressure she faced in the early years of their marriage is a reminder that even grace and poise can't shield someone from relentless media scrutiny. The nonstop public attention took a toll. But Kate's ability to navigate those challenges shows a resilience that's hard to ignore. She's managed to carve out her own meaningful role within the royal family, striking a balance between her personal struggles and public responsibilities. It's a balancing act that few could manage, and it speaks volumes about her strength and dedication. The couple's approach to parenting adds even more complexity to their story. Raising 3 children in the public eye is no easy feat, yet they're committed to giving their kids as normal a life as possible. Prince George, now 11, is slowly being introduced to the realities of royal duties, but his parents work hard to shield him from unnecessary exposure. George's love for simple joys like sports and spending time with friends shows their effort to let him be a kid despite the weight of his future role. It's a delicate balance, and one that's shaping a new chapter for the royal family. One that's less about appearances and more about authenticity. He admitted there have been moments when George has asked tough questions about his future role. These conversations, though difficult, are handled with care to ensure they are age-appropriate. Such moments remind him of his own childhood and the weight he carried knowing his destiny. It's a delicate balance between preparing George for his future while allowing him the freedom to grow and explore. His approach reflects a deep understanding of the challenges his children face as they navigate a world shaped by both privilege and expectation. In a surprising revelation, the prince reflected on his relationship with his father, King Charles III. Their bond has often been portrayed as distant, but he shared how their connection has evolved over the years. Open communication and a shared understanding of their unique pressures have brought them closer. He spoke fondly of how Charles has embraced his role as a grandfather, often spending quality time with his grandchildren away from the public eye. These efforts have not only strengthened their family ties, but also showcased a softer side of the monarchy. His comments also touched on the impact of family conflicts, particularly those involving his brother, Harry. Without naming names, he expressed regret over how these tensions have played out publicly. He emphasized the importance of finding common ground and working toward reconciliation for the sake of the family and the institution they represent. This desire for unity has shaped his approach to leadership within the royal family, focusing on open dialogue and creating an environment where everyone feels heard. Now we see how William's actions are making a difference as he focuses on helping others and making real changes. A prince fighting for change. Beyond his family, the prince's dedication to service and philanthropy stands out. He has taken a hands-on approach to initiatives focusing on mental health and environmental conservation. His Earthshot Prize, launched in 2020, reflects his commitment to tackling climate change through innovative solutions. The initiative awards grants to projects aimed at restoring the planet, emphasizing optimism and practicality. His involvement in these efforts highlights a belief in using his platform to inspire meaningful change. The prince's environmental advocacy extends to his personal life as well. He has made sustainable choices in managing royal properties and promoting greener practices within the royal household. His actions demonstrate a commitment to leading by example, aligning his lifestyle with the values he champions. This focus on sustainability is just one aspect of his broader vision for the monarchy. Another striking aspect of his leadership is a willingness to challenge outdated traditions. While respecting the history of the monarchy, he has expressed a desire to make it more inclusive and relatable. He prioritizes greater engagement with diverse communities, often opting for informal settings and open conversations over formal ceremonies. This approach reflects an understanding of the need for the monarchy to evolve to remain relevant in today's world. His efforts to bring mental health discussions to the forefront are striking. He's openly shared his own experiences, breaking the royal family's traditionally reserved nature. It's a sharp contrast to past generations, and for many, this openness has been a refreshing change. By tackling issues like mental health stigma, he has connected with people on a deeply personal level, earning admiration and, inevitably, criticism. This shift has left some wondering if such transparency could weaken the royal mystique that has kept the family afloat for centuries. But his focus isn't just on the present, he's laying the groundwork for the next generation of royals. His children, raised with an emphasis on education and life experiences, are being prepared for roles that will demand adaptability. His approach seems almost revolutionary for a family often criticized as out of touch. By prioritizing values like environmental responsibility and community service, he's ensuring the monarchy aligns more closely with the concerns of today's world. While the exact details of his plans for his children remain private, the broader strategy is clear: modernize or risk irrelevance. Still, the challenges facing him are immense. Public trust in the monarchy has wavered, with many questioning its place in a rapidly changing society. His response has been to push for transparency and accountability. He's highlighted the royal family's charitable efforts and made an effort to show their contributions to society. Yet skepticism persists. Critics argue that no amount of public relations can erase the monarchy's historical baggage, from colonial ties to its perceived opulence. During the pandemic, the Prince and Kate's active support for frontline workers was widely praised. Engaging with communities and raising awareness about the challenges faced by healthcare professionals showed a more relatable side of the royals. It's moments like these that highlight the potential for the monarchy to act as a unifying force. However, detractors question whether these efforts are enough to justify the institution's continued existence. Is public goodwill earned through charitable actions sufficient to offset centuries of privilege? His approach to leadership also emphasizes personal connection. He's made it a point to listen to people's stories and address their concerns. This hands-on style is a departure from the aloof image traditionally associated with the monarchy. Yet it's not without its risks. By engaging so directly, he exposes himself to criticism that might have otherwise been deflected by the institution's historical formality. One of the most striking aspects of his strategy is his willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. He's acknowledged the monarchy's colonial history and emphasized the need for accountability. By promoting healing and understanding, he's trying to move the institution forward. But addressing the past isn't just about acknowledgement, it's about taking action. His support for initiatives that make royal finances more transparent is a step in this direction, though it's met with resistance from traditionalists. His vision for the monarchy includes a commitment to tackling social issues head-on. Recently, he pledged significant resources to combat homelessness, including plans to use some of his own estate to build housing. Such actions are unprecedented for a royal and signal a shift towards a more active, solution-driven role. This hands-on approach might appeal to younger generations, but it's also a gamble. Critics wonder whether such involvement risks blurring the lines between royal duties and political activism. Here we find out how William is taking big steps to change the monarchy while holding on to its important traditions. A royal vision for a new era. Global issues like climate change are another priority for him. Through initiatives like the Earthshot Prize, he's championing innovative solutions to environmental challenges. His global advocacy has drawn attention to inequalities and the urgent need for action. These efforts are commendable, but they also place the monarchy in a delicate position. By aligning with contentious issues, he risks alienating those who see the royals as political symbols. Parenting is another area where his modern approach is evident. He's raising his children to understand their responsibilities while fostering independence. By teaching values like kindness and responsibility, he's attempting to humanize a role that often feels detached from reality. It's a balancing act, one that reflects his broader strategy of combining tradition with relevance. Yet, critics question whether such an upbringing can truly prepare his children for the unique pressures they will face. His understanding of the monarchy's dual role as a historical institution and a modern-day entity is central to his leadership. He respects the importance of traditions, but believes they must be meaningful in today's world. By emphasizing balance, he's managed to win over some skeptics. However, the future remains uncertain. Can the monarchy truly adapt without losing its identity? As head of the Commonwealth, William's challenge will be to navigate the complexities of a diverse group of nations. His efforts to build trust and collaboration are promising, but the task is daunting. Some have even speculated that he might support a non-royal leader for the Commonwealth in the future. Such a move would be groundbreaking, but also highly controversial. It's decisions like these that will define William's legacy, for better or worse. Looking to the future, William's leadership seems to be about much more than holding on to power. He is clearly working hard to bring real changes that can make life better for everyday people. His vision for the monarchy is rooted in service, fairness, and getting things done. By focusing on these values, he is shaping a new path for an institution that has long been a symbol of tradition. But as he moves forward, the question lingers. Can this fresh approach truly keep the monarchy strong in a world that always has its eyes on it? William's dedication to change shows up in nearly everything he does. He is taking on the tough task of looking at the monarchy's complicated past while also trying to make it ready for what's ahead. These are not small tasks, and each step he takes feels like a leap into unknown territory. His actions show courage, but with courage comes the risk of criticism and backlash. Still, he appears to be fully committed to making a difference, even when the path ahead is uncertain. The changes William envisions are not just small adjustments. They are bold moves aimed at redefining what the monarchy stands for. He has taken steps to bring attention to important issues, some of which were ignored in the past. His willingness to act signals a monarchy that is more involved in the lives of people, but such bold decisions often stir debate. Some see his efforts as a sign of progress, while others question whether these shifts might stray too far from tradition. What remains undeniable is that he is steering the institution in a direction unlike anything seen before. As William continues to take on these challenges, it becomes clear that the monarchy of tomorrow will not look like the monarchy of yesterday. His decisions reflect a desire to connect with the people and to adapt to a world that demands change. But these efforts also raise difficult questions. Will the public accept these changes, or will tradition prove too strong a force to overcome? The future of the monarchy, in many ways, depends on how these choices unfold. By taking bold risks and facing hard truths, William is paving the way for a monarchy that feels more relevant to modern life. Whether it's addressing past wrongs or tackling issues like inequality and climate change, he is setting an example of leadership that is active and thoughtful. Yet no one knows how this will be judged in the years to come. The institution he leads has endured for centuries, but its survival has always depended on its ability to adapt. Will William's vision be the key to its lasting strength, or will the weight of tradition and public expectations prove too much to bear? Only time will reveal the answer. Could Prince William's revelation signal a shift in the royal family's future? Or is it just a carefully crafted move to control public opinion? Tell us your thoughts and remember to like and subscribe for more.